once you open up the ones that have to do with having you be a genuine magnetic attractor for another genuine person, it gives us the access to these techniques to open your sensors I just mentioned about, and then you become a magnet for the right kind of person. This question, how can I attract a soulmate and how do I get one quickly, is one that I love to answer for people. Everybody knows that I treat over the years a lot of extremely successful people, either in the theatrical industry, politics, entrepreneurs, business. It doesn't matter, but nobody gets a great relationship. You know, we have a divorce rate that's 50%. So that means you didn't find your soulmate. If it was you get married and then 3 years later or less or more, people end up getting divorced. And someone did a calculation the other day about if you calculate how much is spent on weddings and then how much doesn't go towards a long-term relationship, it's tragic. So when people have come to me with soulmates over the past, 15 years, I said, yeah, that was something that was worked out by 𝑬𝒏𝒆𝒈𝒚 a long time ago. And for sure, we can get you the perfect person. There is a perfect person for you out there. It doesn't matter where you live. It's just set up. And people in the beginning are not even that interested in the technology of it, but it all has to do with that who you are in the diagram of how you present as a human being. I'm sure everybody understands acupuncture charts. Acupuncture, you have all these dots and you put needles in. Well, actually, you have all these sensors, and that's what Energy for Success is based on. Only there are like trillions of sensors all over your body. Once you open up the ones that have to do with having you be a genuine magnetic attractor for another genuine person that fits your, not only your first goal with the human being, another human being to live with short term, but your goals for medium term and long term. We have a whole process for people to go through. We have people that come in every few months that want, say, I've got to, I've done other things for them with the energy. And then they said, I heard that it works. And I go, yeah, it does. But I heard it worked for this really famous person. And they go, yeah. And it's worked for just regular people like you and me. So the point is that if you believe in Mother Nature, universal energy, quantum physics, or what this is based on, all the same things, supernova energy out in the universe out there, you can see that we're all in this huge, huge space of energy vibrations, which thank goodness for the whole process of what I spent all that time in China working in the top mountains there, translating all this material from 𝑬𝒏𝒆𝒈𝒚 that was never translated before, that gives us the access to these techniques to open your sensors I just mentioned about, and then you become a magnet for the right kind of person. So blows people away is that it doesn't take long. And also you're thinking, well, I haven't seen anybody that, are you going to review them? I said, no, you are. And you're going to make we have a process that you go through, and then I give them the techniques on how to open up all their sensors in their body so that their genuine soul relationship stays active and becomes this process that is attracting just the person they want. And sometimes people get the person they want. And I always say, okay, now you may think this is perfect soulmate, but after you get that, there's a second process I want you to go through where we confirm that, whether they may be the perfect person for the next 6 months or a year, or for a year or 2 years or lifetime. So you want to get short term and medium term, and then there's even long term. And the techniques for these all been worked out. It's not in the public domain because it's something that is, you have to have your sensors open, know how to do these practices, and then that's it. You don't have to do anything else except do a little bit of enjoying life and going out into the world and accept any new invitations that may come your way, because you'll be surprised. People have told me all the time that, well, I did all the techniques you told me about, and I'm so busy at work, I really don't have time to meet this perfect person that I want to meet. And I've already had one divorce, and I really don't want to go through, another one. And until I heard about my friend who has the best marriage I've ever seen in my life, and I love being with her and him, and they say they just, they both just thrilled. Keep doing these practices, which we have one for keeping your relationship strong afterwards. But the initial finding the right person is all set up by this, supernova God, Mother Nature energy that you're supposed to find someone on this planet that's for you. And it doesn't have to be that you have to change yourself. That's so many people have got that wrong, that they think that, oh, there's something when I'm the right person, then the right person will show up with me and I have a bunch of problems. Actually, you're much more okay inside than you know. And when you find a soulmate, they're going to actually have compassion for anything that you're dealing with, that they'll understand. They'll be different than someone who judges you. So say when you were growing up, you had people say, you're too sensitive. Well, your soulmate likely, even though he or she may be in a whole different field than you were ever interested in, done other activities, but you'll find out that they can understand your sensitivity. And they'll go, I understand that. I know what that's like. I went through that too. Here's how I got through it. And what is great about it is that a soulmate usually is, they have things that fit with you like a puzzle piece. And once you have this experience where you were meant to fit together with that person, it's amazing. People go, oh yeah, this is for sure the one. I go, okay, wait, we have to do the confirmatory exercises. You do that and you see what happens. And then people come back and go, oh, it's even better. Or you're right, there's a glitch, there's a problem. And that's why I say you can fall in love with the person that comes through when you have to, because I've never had anybody who did the processes that didn't attract a whole number of people within weeks that they were now interviewing. And you're going to say, well, what did you go to a dating service? No, you don't have to do that. Yes, you can if you want, but whatever is your inclination, because the people that said that they were busy, like this guy I mentioned earlier, just so happened that his friend and his wife had a friend of hers come over and drop something off while he was there. And, he looked at his list of what we've worked out as going to be the perfect things that he wants and what he doesn't want and what he's expecting on different levels. And he went, wow, I have to ask her out. So the person who is your soulmate, they're not going to mess with you either. They're not going to go, well, I'm hard to get and you shouldn't be asking me. And maybe I'll make you wait. I'll put you on the list for 3 or 4 weeks from now. And if you still hang out, maybe you'll be the right one for me to go out with. They'll have the same feeling you have, which is, this could be the right person for me. And it's amazing that people always share the one that does the process and then the one that gets attracted in, that they're really happy they met each other. My latest is somebody said, I didn't believe that this was going to work, even though I know all these other people that have done the process and they've got great, relationships, whether you decide to get married or just live together or just stay dating. But he said, I had lunch with this one person who didn't have time for anything, but I was going to just utilize our time together on a business matter. And I'd never met her. We just talked on the phone. And I didn't even think about the process that I completed with you over a month ago. He said, but I went to lunch with her and we spent the next 2 days just talking and being together and hanging out. And yes, you're going to get the right intimacy, what you want. But you don't want just that. You want to get the person who's going to be the right person to take care of you when you need it. They're going to be your friend. They're going to be supportive during the ups and downs of life, and they're going to grow with you. So if I told you all those things and you said, yeah, how do you find somebody like that? This process worked out by Lao Tzu years and years and years and years, 5,000 years ago, actually nails it. And we have lots of, testimonials of people who are constantly sending me cards on their 10th anniversary, 15th anniversary, second anniversary. And a lot of them having kids now that they go, I'm just so happy. I'm so happy that the world is set up that I met the right guy or the right gal. And I'm actually better for the fact that I found my soulmate. As a matter of fact, if you want to know the definition of soulmate, according to this, utilizing the supernova energy from Energy for Success, is that if you have a normal relationship, let's say everybody who's listening to this has a normal relationship or has had one, and maybe you're living together after about, who knows, a couple months, and then you live together longer, and then finally, one morning you wake up and assuming you sleep in the same bed, and or you go to bed at night and the other person's either is falling asleep, and you just sort of wake up and you go, well, I guess this is how it turned out. That person does these things and I do those things, and we care about each other. But that's a traditional relationship. That's described in the ancient disciplines as a 1 + 1 = 1, which means we're both a half. In other words, you do the laundry and I'll do the cleaning, and you do the cooking, and I'll take care of the kids. And pretty much we just trade activities, but where's the love? A true soulmate relationship is supposed to be like 1 + 1 = 1 billion. In other words, you're so much better off having that relationship with that person that it's just amazing. I mean, all your wonderful capacities get massively fueled because you're not draining energy anymore. So you're not like settling. You're not like giving off this experience or suppressing this experience. Like, I'm doing the best I can at this relationship, and hopefully, I get some things out of it. At least I have a companion. I'm not lonely. And then you go down the list of it, at least, but that's not a soulmate. But that's why we have a 50% divorce rate. Thank you for being here with us today. I love being with you and the information we've got. We've got so much more coming. So please subscribe if you would like to hear more in-depth information from us. And we've got a gift for you. Please look in the writing below. There's a link for a gift we're going to send you. And there's so many more things we can't wait to send you. So thanks for being with us today.